just a update on specifically my writing moving forward. Over the course of the last week, I've kind of observed some trends. You'll notice that's what we're doing on the channel now. It's all about going to the gym, which I was posting way too many of those. But specifically with the on writing, we're talking about the writing, but we're not talking about my writing a lot. So in regards to my writing, recently I've kind of taken it more seriously. I've tried to push myself a bit, and I've asked myself, is this something that I seriously want to do? And if it is, I need to get serious about it. With that said, we're talking about the word count. Words per day, they matter. It's been a really good week. We're already at 10,000 words, which is awesome. So assuming I can continue this pace, which I really think I can, because I'm not really going that hard, or I can exceed it, honestly, I think this is going to be a strong year. What I'm working on right now, because we've got, we always hinted at, we've got the movies in the works, a couple companies. We'll see if they renew. It's never a guarantee, but assuming that we get something going on that end, I figure why not have something to go with it, right? So I've always had the idea, and actually it was my best friend that kind of coined this one, was what about it like an autobiographical fantasy, in the sense, maybe just a fancy term for a dramatic memoir, if you will, about just my life with my dad. There's a lot of compelling moments, and then having it from my perspective with him there, I think it's interesting. So I'm doing that right now. The working title on that's Suicide and Redemption. We're going to see where it goes, but it should be done within 7 weeks. Now, it's a first draft. There's more that goes into it. On top of that, I'm not necessarily writing it in tandem, but I was already writing Gemmell 2140, which is it's a cyberpunk, but loosely. It's a cyberpunk fantasy. You have the technology, you've got the you've got the magic, you have some of the tropes of the genre, maybe. We'll get into that more later. That was actually Rebirth that we talked about it a while ago. That was the first book I ever started to do. I called it like My Silmarillion. I've been writing that for, since I was 16 years old. I'm turning 34 now. So finally that one's all come together, and I've condensed it, and I figured out what I want from it at the same time. So that's actually what I was writing before this memoir. I don't even like saying that. It sounds like extravagant. But anyway, so we've got that one. That one's bigger. The pace on that one, like hitting 2,000 words a day on that thing would be tough. But then also, look at this. Oh my God, another book. You've got Fog of Ypres, which is the one that that's the one that really told me that I could be a writer. I know it sounds stupid, but we all have these moments where, am I shit, right? You're writing it down. Usually it's shit, but is it really shit? A lot of the stuff that I wrote before, it was shit. That's just the best way to put it. You hand it off to people, and they're like, yeah, that's something. With Fog, everybody likes that book. Everybody likes it. Right now, there's only 40,000 words. It's a part 1. At the pace I'm at right now, with what I know about that story, I don't think it's impossible to think that story is done within 6 months. That's 3 books on the go. The memoir is the biggest one, because, of course, we have dates. We want to get that out. If all of this can go how I want it to go, we're trying to manifest a little bit of the old man. The old man always had a way of, it's like he'd roll off the couch sometimes. My uncle called it the golden horseshoe. And basically he'd roll off the couch and he would conjure up interest. He would generate money and he would get something going, whether it was an innovation or his own book, and essentially success would follow. I'm trying to do that with my own life. I'm trying to do that with the gym, with the early mornings, with the diet, with the writing. What if I can just conjure success? The groundwork's there. So it's just capitalizing on the luck, if you will. The skill is there. The foundation's there, and now we're getting lucky. Because of interest in my dad, we can use that. It's all about pushing his legacy. We can do that. I can do it. I know that it's there. So the memoir is number 1. We're already 10,000 words in. That might only be 80,000 words, maybe 90. That's a big one. I didn't check like standard memoir length, but we're not getting into, in this day in July in 2003, it was sunny and I was a child. It's not like that at all. We'll come back to it and talk more about it. I just wanted to do a quick one today. So I'm writing the memoir, and we'll see. Maybe we self-publish it. Maybe we find an agent. Maybe they come knocking. Who knows, right? If this is successful and they find out that there's more to the story, because there is, who better to tell the story than me, right? I lived it. I'm writing it. So this is good. This has been a great, I'd say, month. Got to stay the course. It's only been 4 weeks, but it's every day, 5:45 in the morning, the gym, eating healthy, mostly, and then 1,500 words a day minimum on this. I've never kind of pushed this pace before. I've never had a reason to. I was always just writing for the sake of writing. Maybe that's what this will be called. You got to write for the sake of writing, to practice the art form simply because you want to do it. And then eventually, and I'm stealing this a little bit from Writing Excuses that Sanderson used to do. There was an episode, and I think I quoted this 3 times now because I was like, holy shit. It was a woman, she was talking, I forget her name, and she just goes like, what was the moment that you were always a writer, but that you decided to be a writer? Maybe that's this moment where it's like, I finally just looked at it and said, okay, we can make a go of it. I know it's there. I've gotten the recognition. I've gotten the feedback that I needed to know it's not dog shit. And that's all I needed.